Alrighty, folks, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have the wrong team names on the screen. This is the Papis versus Cyclone GG.
Yeah, so Papis versus Cyclone GG, this is a very big game. So we took a little bit longer because we were actually working out exactly what could happen depending on how this game goes. So currently, the Papis are sitting at 2-2. This is alongside, I believe, Smiley Face are also sitting at 2-2 right now. Actually, it's more there. Let me think about this. It's actually 2-3 that Papis is sitting at, and Smiley Face are also sitting at 2-3, and whatever are also sitting at are actually sitting at 1-3 right now. So, depending on how these games go, if the Papis win this game, they will go into the top two. If Smiley Face win their game, the Papis must win this game to go into a tiebreaker between Smiley Face. If the Papis lose this game, that means either Smiley Face or whatever has the chance, depending on who wins. Whatever have to win to get a chance to go into a tiebreaker with Smiley Face. If Smiley Face wins, they just go through. That is set. There are a lot of different ways, and more importantly, if whatever wins their game and Papis lose this game, this could be a three-way tiebreaker. If that happens, this is going to be insane. But let's focus on this game. Papis in the order side, Cyclone GG in the chaos side. Papis banned out Alquang Odin, Cyclone, Raijin, and Susano.
Meanwhile, the Papis did pick up a Nemesis for their first pick, and Cyclone GG picked up a Chiron and a Fafnir? This is going to be interesting. We have not seen Fafnir yet.
So I've been talking to Wolfie a lot, who is the mid laner of Cyclone GG, and he's been saying that he's wanted Fafnir because Fafnir, he believes, is OP. So I can't wait to see how Cyclone GG use this. Remember, he does have a stun. So with that could allow Chiron to be able to catch up and just chase the person down. He also has jumps, disarms. He's actually quite a useful god in a support sort of role, but he just doesn't really have the giant AoE CC that you sort of need from someone like an Athena or a Sobek or whatever. So we'll have to see how he works out, but Vulcan's going to be picked up by the Papis and Huyi as well. We're going to see more of that Walchy Vulcan. Spam your ya-ya-yas in chat.
Spam your ya-ya-yas indeed. Cyclone GG picking up Bellona for the solo lane, I assume? I don't expect we're going to see any more Bellona mid coming out. I just don't think.
Yeah, that will be a bit of a weird one to come out. But
we've seen it once today.
Yeah, it could happen. We also see the Sobek ban coming out from Cyclone as well. They really want to have this sort of position because Sobek seems like a equal to Fafnir in a sort of sense. Only Fafnir has this sort of secondary stance in his ultimate. It is a weird kind of thing, whereas Sobek has more of a AoE slow. Otherwise, they sort of do a similar sort of job. So banning him out means that Cyclone have the upper hand, as per se, but the Papis also try and focus down this mid laner, so we're going to see Giannis and Scylla banned out, so Chronos is going to get picked up, and we also see an Aphrodite ban from Cyclone.
Yeah, Chronos getting picked up here. He's an absolutely devastating force. You get him to the later stages of the game, he can do kind of whatever he needs to do to get things done. He has potential for pretty much everything. He has his rewind, so he can, spam back or get back in time. And then, especially once you start reaching that level 17, 18 minute mark, he's just gonna start to swing. And he will swing until you're dead. He just does way too much damage in the late game. That's also why he was an ADC for a little bit.
I mean, there's also another reason here, and I think Cyclone were probably tossing up between a Chronos and a Sol, because one thing a lot of people forget is that in Fafnir's dragon form, he can actually steroid boost multiple people. So if he gets it correctly, he can steroid boost both the Chronos and the Chiron. and get ridiculous amounts of DPS coming out from both of them, and he can even start get an attack speed boost to the Bellona as well, just to make it even worse for them. But Papis decide that they actually want a Khepri here, so they're going to go for they're accepting that Cyclone is going to be the one to engage, and they're hoping that Khepri is going to keep them up alongside this Hell as well, but Cyclone respond with the Thor.
I definitely do enjoy the Khepri pick coming out. Khepri to me is just one of these most underutilized gods. Because in general, Khepri's got a lot of potential around him. He has that revive. He has a lot of early clear, and especially once Golden Bow has been removed, I think it's going to open up a lot of potential for Khepri. That early pressure, especially with the Hui in tow, that's going to really help out this duo lane. And I honestly expect to see the Chiron Fafnir maybe get pressured out a little bit just because of the clear potential coming out of Khepri.
Yeah, that definitely is possible, but also remember that Khepri doesn't really have much afterwards, whereas Cyclone just have this ridiculous amount of teamfight potential because they have a Fafnir, so they can get some good stuns, disarms, and just screw the Papis around a bit. And they also have the stun from Deathwalker using the Bellona ultimate. They have stuns from Thor. They have tons of CC, and they have the revive with the Chiron passive as well, with the Chiron ultimate as well if they need to. So there's a lot of different things that I think Cyclone GG can do to actually win this game. But in my heart, I really want the Papis to win because the Cinderella story will be beautiful. If you don't know, they lost 3 games last week. If they do this, they will actually be able to win, and they will be able to go all the way up into contention for that second place in this, which will let them actually potentially get to relegations, which is huge.
Oh, definitely indeed. But we will see the Cinderella story appear as we get into the game here. The Papis on the left-hand side of your spectator UI. Rocking out the order side, we have the Alex MC taking Hell to the solo lane. Dayload taking that Nemesis to the jungle. Warchi on that Vulcan mid. David Arnaez on that Khepri support. And Perilla 12 taking that Hui to the duo lane.
And then over on the side of Cyclone GG, we're going to see Deathwalker playing Bellona in the solo lane. Ice Baby on Thor. Vote NBK playing Chronos in the mid lane. Callus is going to be playing Fafnir in the support role, with Wolfie playing ADC Chiron.
This will be interesting to see as we start things up here in just a moment. Nothing too unusual coming out about the starts. Everyone's actually... Looks like Cyclone are going to take these right-hand side mid camps. We've seen this a couple times here. What do you think about it?
I like this one just because it confuses the enemy team a little bit more. Because, I mean, why wouldn't you be confused? You've just lost a mid camp, and more importantly, it lets Cyclone know that they can potentially take out both of them. Because guess what? That mid camp's gone. However, unfortunately, the way Dalo and the Papis are running this, they now know that mid-camp's gone, and they can already go for this left side. Meanwhile, we still see Ice Baby over here. So, in general, it's actually an even trade in the mid-camps. Mm-hmm. But Ice Baby does get a tiny bit extra XP by staying over in this solo lane.
That is true, and it looks like Cyclone will be able to take these fire camps, or the fire creeps there. So I think, that's definitely worth a little more for Cyclone.
Also, I just realized something else. This is actually a Chiron mid, as Callus actually gets stunned. It gets pulled in. Didn't last too long because that was a very nice stun coming out from both MBK, who's playing Chronos ADC.
Yeah, I didn't realize that at first either. But now David Hernay is getting very low. Has to use the meditation to survive for now. Kayla's just putting some damage out, but now stunned out is Perilla. Looks like they're just going to back it off for now. David Arnay is still pretty low. Kalis and Perilla just kind of standing off, but a nice little double ricochet there coming out of Kalis to put the fear onto Perilla.
Yeah, I mean, Perilla is actually... does have to be very careful, because again, with both Perilla and David Arnaz, they don't actually have any extra protections other than what they have. They don't have any healing. the only protections that you can give is with the Rising Dawn, but then you're actually going to be using that. But Vote MBK is getting stuck. Callus going to get pulled in by David Arnaiz. Vote MBK going to be very low right now. He does get the time rift off. He's not quite going down. There we go. David Arnaiz going to be getting that first blood, but it looks like Thor's going to land on top of him as well. That's going to be another kill, and Callus is going to stun Perilla. Not going to force out the dive bomb just then, and it looks like the Pop is going, just consider that a loss and just go back to farming.
That was very interesting. So David Arnaiz got the first blood there. You know, I sometimes think that it's a really good idea to help out your support by giving them the first blood, but at the same time, I really think Huyi probably needed it a little more. He's gonna get that, or he needs to get that Transcendence online as soon as possible. Vote NBK did opt for a little bit more of a safer start, so he's gonna have a little more defense on that side, but because he got killed there, he is going to have to opt into the boots one, so not going to be too happy about that. But Perilla trying to use the ultimate, put some damage onto Vote NBK and Kalis, but just kind of forces the disengagement. He's going to return to base. Nothing too consequential happening. Ice Ice Baby now caught out though by Dalo. He's going to use his ultimate, but Ice Ice Baby going to escape for now.
Alright, and now it looks like we're going to see Dalo actually getting slowed down a bit. Nice ultimate from Deathwalker there. Dalo is going to be another kill going down. Wolfie did actually use his ultimate, did hit Warchi a tiny bit. Warchi can still fight here. David Darnay has rotated over as well, and Alex MC is here with the hell, wants to do whatever he can. David Darnay is taking a bit of damage. He's actually on the wrong side of the wall, forced to use his ultimate as well. Callus going to go into his ultimate form here, and now it looks like they're going to just try and do what they can. Warchi's still wanting to come over here. The attack speed buff has been procced. He's actually going to use a disarm. Not quite going to hit him though. The knock-up forcing the dragon away. But they are going to be able to take out both of these buffs.
Yeah, Warchi actually doing a really good job here of just putting on the poke. Not really... Oh, but Alex MC is caught here with low mana. This may be a really bad look as... now he's sitting here with no mana as 4 members of Cyclone GG just immediately collapse on him. That was a big mistake.
Yeah, and now it looks like the Nemesis actually tried to steal this buff, but Ice Ice Baby is here. Dalo can't really stay here for that long, forced to unleash it.
Oh,
now he's going to go try and focus down Callus. Dalo is actually very nearly going to finish him off as Warchi dies to Ice Ice Baby, but they're not going to be able to kill him yet. Dalo actually going to get hit by the double tap, not going to be able to kill. And now David Arnaiz is trying to chase down Callus. I don't think he's going to be able to get those. Wolfie heals Callus up a little bit, and David Arnaiz falls. Bit of tunnel vision there coming out from Papis, I think.
Yeah, I think they really wanted to get the kill there, and just a little off the mark. If David Arnaiz had connected, he would have pretty easily killed there. But Perilla getting a little low in the duo lane. Vote NBK, though, does have a wave to deal with, so he's not going to be able to get the kill here. Just going to force the back, but Thor comes down just a hair too late. And
obviously that was a Thor. I'm just going to go get farm ult. Obviously, like they knew that it wasn't going to work, so they just wanted to get some farm, right?
Something like that.
Don't worry, Ice Ice. I know exactly what you're doing. I know the strats.
Yeah. Oh, right, indeed. Kayla's here now, just maybe trying to contest these mid camps, but not really able to. But they are going to put some damage onto David Arnaiz. Kalis does go into the ultimate, but a couple shots coming out from Wolfie. Kalis does get the kill there now, but Kalis is getting lower. Dalo is chasing as well, getting some nice damage onto Kalis, but for now, he's going to back him. Nice wall coming out of Ice Ice Baby to ensure that Kalis does not go down there. Just cutting off the path, always the best option as a Thor.
Yeah, that was actually really good because Kalis didn't have long left in that dragon form, and because of that, that meant that if he had fallen down and gone out of the dragon form there, he's basically rooted there until he gets out of it, which is for about a second and a half or so. Perilla actually finding a really nice double tap there, I think, to finish him off, and that actually gives him a free kill and sends Kalis back to base.
Yeah, that was rather unfortunate. I think Kalis should have backed off, just, try to play it safe back under, over by the
Well,
red
actually,
buff
in
or
the
something.
solo lane, Alex might die here. Not going to quite get hit by the Eagles rally, but finishes off by the Scourge there. And that's going to be another kill going towards Cyclone GG. And importantly, that's going to be more pressure as well. This is looking very dire for the Papis.
Yep, Deathwalker actually opting again for that Soul Eater, starting off with the Bound
Oh,
Gauntlet.
actually, we're going to see Pirella going to get immune with the ultimate. Wolfie now in a bit of a problem area. Callus tried getting the stun out, not going to be enough. Wolfie goes down to Dalo there. Didn't want to use the ultimate as there wasn't really going to be a target for him to kill.
Ooh, Ice Baby dropping down, but a little off the mark. Not able to connect onto Pirilla there, but still trying to find the damage. Is the rest of the Papis here. Warchi has rotated in, but for now it's just going to be a straight disengagement as 4 members of the Papis do rotate over. Taking a look at the graphs right now, it's about 1,100 gold and about 3,000 XP in favor of Cyclone GG. That's certainly a start to a lead, but do you think the Papis are... I mean, the Papis do have a chance at coming back into this. What do you think the Papis will have to do to get back in?
I mean, the way I'm seeing it, there's a very difficult way for them to do it. Because Deathwalker and Ice Baby are both very fed right now, both sitting on 3-0 and 3. And you can see right now, it looks like Cyclone want to start this gold tier. They only haven't because the Papis are also sitting around here as well. But they need to shut those two down. They need to make sure that they don't get any further because Papis don't really have a amazing late game. It's good, don't get me wrong. They've got a Vulcan, Nemesis, and a Hou-Yi, but Hell sort of falls off a little bit at the very late game. Khepri falls off as well. They don't have the engage they need. They need to find something, but they have to do it on Cyclone's terms. Which is already a big problem. So the fact that Cyclone have this lead is going to make it incredibly difficult for the Papis to come back, but it is still possible. I've also just had word from the admins, actually, that it seems like whatever have won their game, which means that if Papis lose this game, this could actually be a 3-way tie for the second spot into the finals.
Ooh, that would be very, very interesting to see if it does happen. Right now, it looks like nothing too big starting up. Thor's in the left jungle here, maybe looking to start a gank, but he does go up into the air. Let's follow him through. He's going to look for Pirilla, but a little off the mark. Double tap is well off the mark, but some damage is going down. Ice Baby just stunned out Pirilla a little bit. He's going to back it off, but now there's going to be some contention with the Gold Fury. Dalo getting a little low, but he's trying to collapse right onto Wolfie.
Yeah, Wolfie not going to be able to find that last shot onto Warchi, which means that he is alive, as well as David Nane is going to use the revive there. Callus actually getting CC'd quite a bit. He's going to go down in Dragon Form there to Dalo. That's a big, big pickup right now, and this means that the Papis actually have a bit more room to breathe, but they aren't going to be able to do everything still. Alex MC is sitting in his jungle as Deathwalker is just being so aggressive right now.
Yes, indeed. Deathwalker certainly kind of has that leisure. He is sitting at level 14 compared to a level 11 Alex MC. That Hell has certainly not had a good time of it against a Bellona. That's kind of to be expected, though. Would you have been surprised if it, if it did end up going in favor of the Alex MC?
Well, I mean, it could do, but again, the biggest problem is, when it comes to Bellona, she usually wins the clear wars. There are very few cases that you do that, that she loses, unless you have a way of taking out her bludgeon. Otherwise, her bludgeon will guaranteed nearly clear the wave every single time, and it's going to put you behind. You don't have that as Hell. You don't have that way of getting rid of it, and so it means it's much more difficult for her to try and fight this. And now she's just getting bullied underneath tower. She doesn't have any sort of innate tankiness, really, to actually try and fight Deathwalker. And it looks like Ice Baby actually wants to go for a gank on him anyway.
Yes, indeed. Ice Baby maybe just gesturing around. His ultimate is up, so he does have the option, but instead looks like they're going to head towards the Gold Fury, as it is, well, it's been up. No one's really started it yet, so both teams are just kind of looking for a way into this Gold Fury.
Yeah, I mean, what happened, I think, was they were looking for an early Gold Fury. Certainly Cyclone were. However, they realized they couldn't get it. So, all they've done is they backed off and saying, we'll get this when we can get this. Otherwise, let's just try and kill the Papis. Let's try and take whatever we can. And then when we have a safe chance, we will finally go for this and we will finally take it out.
Yep, indeed. Now, David Arnaiz and Halo are caught out a little bit. Vulcan ultimate a little off the mark, but Wolfie still takes a good bit of damage from the backfire meatball combination. And now it's going to be a disengage from both teams. War does go in favor of the Poppy, so they have one right around the Gold Fury. But now, looks like Cyclone GG is grouped up for us. The Poppies do know about it, though. Don't make that mistake.
Yeah, they definitely know about it, and they're actually coming towards it. Right now, it's already on half HP. They're going to have to leash it. Stun going to come out. Callus just using that zone, trying to stop him out. They're going to get stunned as well. Again, the looks like the passive has been used. They're trying to do all they can. The Sun's not really doing too much, though. Callus going to be able to get away just as the Thor ultimate lands. Predator is going to get wiped out by Wolfie, and now Warchi is going to be forced backwards. David Arnaiz uses the ultimate on himself. Not going to last much longer after that. And it looks like the Alex MC has only just come into lane and it's already done.
Yeah, that is very unfortunate there. It seems just like Deathwalker has kind of his number, and he has this ability to rotate that it seems like Hell is just missing out on. Hell getting a little bit poked there onto Ice Ice Baby, and now the tower is going to go down, and it looks like Cyclone GG are just going to invade the jungle. Definitely the smart option here.
Yeah, definitely a smart option, and now they're just going to back off. They've accepted that they can. That's all they can do, so they're just going to say, we can't do anything else without being risky. And it looks like Alex MC may actually find Ice Ice Baby. Dalo going to be getting the credit there, but Deathwalker is still here. He's trying to do what he can. I think there's some slows coming out, which actually stopped him a little bit more. And David Arnaiz is rotating over. Warchi is rotating over. I think Deathwalker may want to sit back for a bit.
He probably will indeed. May actually end up giving up this tower. Just doesn't quite have the clear, and definitely a little afraid of the 4-man rotation coming out of the Poppies. And it looks like Wolfie instead will opt to kind of try and shove up this middle lane, maybe try and find some other rotations. Looks like maybe optioning towards Perilla here, as Vote NBK is here as well. Yeah, it looks like they're going to try and collapse here on the Perilla, but the nice stun coming out of Vote NBK does manage to ensure that the jump goes down, but he is still stunned from it. Perilla just slowly but surely is taken down. He does go down to Vote NBK. There is now Callus is sitting here in the mid lane. Tried to contest the left-hand side mid camps, but not able to really do so.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Cyclone GG just say, okay, let's push down this tower, take down the tier 1. Only David Arnaiz is here, and I don't really think he has enough clear against these two to be able to save this tower. So more gold going towards the side of Cyclone. If we have a look at the graphs, that is a 3,000 gold lead. I thought it might update a bit more. And a 5,000 XP lead as David Arnaiz gets invaded underneath the tower. Callus is very tanky, and David Arnaiz apparently is not. He's forced to use his meditation on himself, and now he's pretty low. He does have his ultimate, and now Dalo's here as well. David Arnaiz is so low, gonna get hit by the Wolfie ultimate, and now that's going to be that revive has gone. Alex MC is finally here in the middle of a team fight, but it's not going to be enough. The tower is about to fall, and it looks like the stun from both NBK is going to be successful. Gorilla is going to fall down, maybe not quite just yet, but Alex MC is going to be the one first to fall, and now Perilla is finished up by Vote NBK.
Yep, Vote NBK does manage to get the kill there. Now the Phoenix is exposed here for Cyclone GG. It looks like they're going to option towards this mid lane tower here. Wolfie is the first one to start it. Kalis is here. He's going to put some poke down, but the Vulcan ultimate is going to zone him off. Kalis does take a good bit of damage there, but Now, Deathwalker getting a little low here from the ultimate coming out of Dalo, and it looks like it's just going to be a straight disengagement coming out of Cyclone. Well, actually, no, they're still looking to push because of that pluck coming out of David Arnaiz. He gets erased yet again. Dalo getting very low as well. Deathwalker still running after them. Cal is still taking this tower, as now it's going to be a dead tier 2 and another dead David Arnaiz.
I don't know if it was intentional or not, but there was some very good plays coming out from Cyclone there. They swapped the tower aggro between Deathwalker and Callus. Now, a lot of people forget what happens is the way towers work is it will deal damage to you and increase by 20% every single time it hits. However, though, if it changes targets, it resets that. It resets it to the first hit. So that means that if you keep on resetting it as you go in and out, it actually sets up a lot of stuff. It looks like Ice Baby thought there was going to be a call to go for an ulti there, but instead he's just going to go and ult the mid Harpies. Again, wanting to make sure he gets as much farm as possible by using that ulti. I still know those secret stats, Ice.
Yes, indeed. They seem to be working out pretty well for him. He is sitting a level ahead of his counterpart in Dalo, who is actually a kill ahead, but still, Ice Baby has been farming a little better, maybe because of that ultimate. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think it is, personally. Like, it's always got to be the ultimate. It looks like Ice actually wants to go onto Alex MC, was trying to look under the wall. Unfortunately, Dalo was nearby, so he can't really do that. But they still don't know he's actually there. He's instead now walked off towards Warchi. Warchi knows where he is, and so they're just not really going to do anything.
Yep, and it looks like Cyclone is going to start up this Gold Fury. The Poppies do have a lot of knowledge over though. Gorilla has taken it. Will be taking a lot of damage, and the Poppies do get the Fire Giant from that ultimate coming out of Perilla, but Perilla will go down here. Wolfie now taking shots at everyone. He's just going to be running down David Arnaiz and friends.
And now Alex MC actually going to be falling down very soon, a little bit longer, trying to heal what he can. Not enough, though, as Scourge finishes him off, and now Warchi going to get slowed down, going to get Giddy up the way. Wolfie actually taking a bit of damage, but the Soul Eater is going to be killing him ridiculously. He's now gone, and now David Arnaiz and Dalo are the only ones left. He's going to get the stun onto Dalo as Arnaiz is finished off, and MBK gets a double kill as the Phoenix falls. This could even be game.
It could be game. I don't think it. Oh, it looks like they are going to go for a hard engagement here. Cyclone are going to dive down. Titan's in under 6,000 health, 4,000 health, 3,000 health. It's going down. This may be the end of the game, and Cyclone GG take the game in 20 minutes. This is going to set up that three-way tie.
Yeah, we officially have a three-way tie for the second place in Group B. So this three-way tie is between the Papis, Smiley Face, and whatever.
Oh, this is going to be good.
And you know what the best thing is?
We're gonna cast
him. We get to watch it.
Yeah. All right, let's go. Take a look at some of the numbers real quick.
Actually, before we look at the numbers, I just want to explain how this tiebreaker is going to work. It's going to be a small round robin, and it's going to be best of one. They just need to beat their opponent. So it's three teams, round robin. So whatever versus Papis versus Smiley Face, and Smiley Face versus whatever, or in whatever order it's going to be in. So if whoever takes 2 wins out of that will then advance into that top 2 slot and will get the relegation spot. Now let's have a look at the numbers.
Yep. All right. So taking a look at some of the numbers here coming out. Poppy's doing a fair bit of damage. Warchi with about 12,000, so still able to pretty well contest, but Wolfie 14,000 damage, did a lot of work, as well as Vote NBK at 11,000, almost 12,000, almost doing as much damage as Warchi on that Chronos. So, good on him. Vote NBK really did a good job that game. Deathwalker not having a single death.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. He didn't have a single death, even though we were sort of joking about that build a little bit. Soul Eater is very peculiar. in a build, but it does work out, especially on someone like Bellona. If you give you have extra movement speed, extra lifesteal, extra attack speed as well. It's all good on someone like Bellona. So again, he was just able to run around everywhere, and it was all going to be fun.
Yes, indeed, and nothing too special coming out. Alex MC only having about 2,000 healing, which is basically the amount of healing that Wolfie did. So that team healing effect of Hell did not really come into play at all.
Yeah. So unfortunately, again, that heal, it was as I was expecting. The Hell just sort of stayed outside. We saw this last time with Khepri as well. It just stayed in the sidelines, didn't really do too much, and unfortunately that meant that by the time everybody was ready to go into these team fights, the Hell wasn't, and everybody was behind.
Indeed. But we will be heading into the next round. This is going to be a really interesting tiebreaker, so we have 2 games coming up for you. We shall see how it goes in just a minute here. This is the Tier Monster Challenger Cup, sponsored by hi-rez Studio. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Extreme Man. I'm joined by Lord WizKid. We'll be right back after a short break for some very exciting games to see who ends up getting the 2nd seed for this side of the European Challengers Cup brackets. Stay tuned, enjoy the music.